Welcome to the top of the morning show. I hope that you woke up this morning with a smile upon your face. Maybe not when you first woke up, but I hope as you started to get yourself ready for this morning, whether you were headed to the kitchen to make you a cup of coffee or tea, or getting ready to jump in the shower or brush your teeth. And once, whatever it is you did, hopefully you might have prayed first. But whatever it is you did, I hope that you have a smile on your face. This morning, I won't be before you long. Okay. We're going to talk about emotional triggers, recognizing them. What do they look like? How can we handle them? We're living in a time where it's pretty evident that people do not know how to balance their emotional feelings. They are triggered by little to big things. Some people suffer from PTSD and so on and so forth. Emotional triggers can be sparked from memories that we've suppressed, people that agitate us or upset us or offend us, right? And it can happen at any time, at any place, and yes, anywhere. Prime example, okay? Someone could be triggered by getting on an escalator. I just was at a hotel this weekend and I saw a woman. I didn't know what the freak she was doing. But when I was going down, she needed to go down. She was going down first and she got on and she was bending down real low and look. I was like, what the heck? And so I looked back up to my right and security was standing up there. He looked at me with the, I don't know. I'm looking at him like, yeah, I don't know. And then the guy got on behind me, came down. He was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I can't take it. Then I said, oh, there are people that are afraid of escalators. So she had a fear, right? So that was a trigger. Seeing an escalator could have triggered her. Who knows? However, when you're familiar with your triggers and the symptoms that spark them or bring them forth, you may feel like, oh, okay, here we go. Rapid heartbeat, might get nauseated. You might start fidgeting. You might get dizzy. You might have heart palpitations. You might become sad. You may be excited. Triggers come from all forms: anxiety, trauma, anger, you name it, okay? But I want to share these few tips to help you deal with emotional triggers. One is identifying your trigger and your responses. If you feel an emotional, if you're feeling like an emotion, right, and you're emotional, think about what you're feeling. Are you upset? Are you happy? Are you angry? Are you pissed off? Are you jealous? Are you sad? Then once you think about it, how does that make you feel? Do you feel tired? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel just like, I just can't take it no more? I need to take a ride, take a walk, go to sleep, take a shower. What do you do? What do you do? Two, think about what caused it. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? Three, take an action. Decide if you need to express how you're feeling. Sometimes you just need to sit there and just say, you know what, this really is nothing. And you're making a big deal out of it. And it don't need to be. But sometimes people just want to do it anyway because they can't help themselves. Yet they don't understand that it causes a reaction from a person or the people that they're around. And they're putting these emotions off too, if I could say that. Okay. Now, a common situation that can trigger intense emotions for our young people, and they are out here killing each other: rejection, betrayal, helplessness or feeling like they out of control, being ignored or excluded, never invited to something, mad at the people like, oh, they always get together and they'll never ask me. And you got grown-ups to feel like that. And that might mean that you went through that as a child and you never learned how to resolve that. And I think that's part of our problem. This I can't even say what gender. This group of folks in today's time do not handle things the way we did when I was little in the 80s and 90s. They just simply don't, right? You weren't invited to a party. Well, I might back in my day, I would have went home and cried if that's how I felt. Like, dang, I really wanted to go to Emily's party and she didn't invite me, and I don't know why. Maybe she don't like me or whatever I'm thinking, right? But no, this group of people, these people in this generation right now, oh, they ready to go home, get a knife and stab you, or get a gun and shoot you because you didn't invite them to the party. Shoot up the whole party, come stab a whole bunch of people because they mad that they there and they not. And it's like, okay, right? The fields, they fail to know everything ain't for everybody all the time. You can't be everywhere all the time for everybody. I think sometimes people include people in things because they don't want to hear their mouth. Well, I don't want nobody to ever invite me to anything if you feeling like I'm only inviting her because I don't want her to say nothing. Just don't invite me, friend, because I'm gonna feel the energy in the room and I'm gonna read the room and I'm gonna leave. So don't waste your time, friend. I'm not even gonna wonder why you wouldn't invite me. You just didn't. I got it. I didn't know. Mm-mm. I remember I was somewhere and somebody said, "Hey, I see you at the so and so," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were there." Like, yeah, you ain't get invited. I'm like, mm-mm. Then I remember another time someone got a gift at work, and it was one of those back then administrative assistant appreciation days or something like that. And so this person made it their business to find out if I had got something for the same thing. And so I said, no, I did not. And they're like, oh, well, well, they gave me this and this and that. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And that was that. When I saw the person, I didn't act funny. I didn't say nothing because guess what? You got who you wanted something. You did what you wanted to do, and I'm okay. You ain't got to give me nothing, right? Now, when the shoe was on the other foot, someone got me something, and then that same person who was putting it in my face trying to get a reaction, which didn't get one, said, "Who gave you that?" And I said, "Oh, so and so, so and so." Mm. Well, they ain't give me nothing. I'm like, oh, well, you know how it goes. It's just like when you had got something, that one time, blah, 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 from somebody. I'm like, it is what it is. Nah, All I do for them, I'm about to call them. And I'm thinking, I laughed it off like, don't you know that person called that person and check that person about money they spend it? I could not believe that. I said, wow. It would have been at that moment that I would have been done with that person. You don't call checking me, asking me why I didn't get you something because I got somebody else something. Because I did. And I don't got to tell you why I didn't. It's terrible how people are entitled or feel entitled. And we got to do better. We are raising young people in today's time, and they are lacking social and emotional balance. They feelings get hurt, they think the world's over. They get mad, they're ready to harm themselves or somebody else. Not understanding that tomorrow will come and tomorrow might be better. And just because you ain't get this, don't mean you won't get that. So I'm looking like, yeah, when we start to feel these emotions and these feelings, they don't just come out of the blue. They come from somewhere. But you have to learn what the core problem is, where the root of the problem is. I think a lot of the times we miss that, and that's why we don't know. My personal opinion. I think we don't know. I could be wrong, but I think we don't know. Well, that's all I have for you on this beautiful, beautiful morning. I hope that something I said made you think like, hmm, right? I hope that you'll do something with something that I gave you at some point. If not, tomorrow's always another day. But like we always say around here at TT from the D podcast, until the next time we leave footprints across the sun, it is your girl TT from the D, and I'll see you soon.